Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's Monday CRM AI in Action webinar. My name is Omer, and I'm a training and certifications partner here at monday.com, and I'm a part of the Monday Academy team. Thank you all for joining. We're going to take 2 more minutes before we start as people are still joining. In the meantime, I'd love to know a little bit more about you guys and the industries we have here today. Please write your name, where you're from, and the industry you work in the chat box. While we're waiting, I'll also say that today's webinar will be broken down into 2 parts. The first half will be a demo of the Monday CRM AI capabilities, so you get the most out of it. But worry not, we're here during the entire webinar to answer your questions. The second half will be a live Q&A, during which we'll answer additional questions and demonstrate a few more cool options and features. You should be able to see my screen, but if you can't hear me or see the screen at any point, just let me know in the chat. Okay, it's time to get going, and great to see people from so many industries and places. So now that I know you better, just a little bit about me. I started my journey with monday.com over 5 years ago. I never thought I'd work in tech. Before, I worked in education and was even intimidated by technology, believe it or not. Since joining monday.com, I've improved my ability to identify pain points, and I enjoy improving processes and finding technological solutions. And I guess that's something common to many of us here today. And we'll see how AI can make things even easier and faster. That's also why we have the Monday Academy. Our mission is to empower our customers with the knowledge and skills they need to make the most out of the platform through learning programs, certifications, and of course, sessions like this one. And with all that in mind, here's what we'll cover today. So what is Monday CRM? Then Monday CRM unique AI features, also leveraging platform AI features, general AI features into the CRM flow. And then, as I mentioned, we'll have the live Q&A. But first, a few quick housekeeping notes. If we ask a question, feel free to respond in the chat. If you have any questions at any time during the session, just pop them into the Q&A box and not into the chat. I'll try to answer as many questions as possible today, but if we don't get to yours, you can always reach out to our support team 24/7. In case you're not sure how, I'll show how to do that towards the end of this session. But before we start, let's take a moment to recap what exactly is Monday CRM. Monday CRM is our flexible, intuitive CRM product that helps teams manage their entire sales cycle in one place, from capturing leads and tracking deals to managing customer relationships and post-sale activities. Built on the Monday platform, it allows teams to customize their pipeline, automate repetitive tasks, and gain real-time visibility into performance, so they can focus more on building relationships and closing deals. And now with AI, Monday CRM can even do the work for you. So now to show you what this actually looks like in action, I'm thrilled to introduce Benjamin Poliak, the Monday CRM go-to-market manager, who will walk us through how to create and run powerful workflows using Monday CRM and its AI capabilities. Benjamin, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Omer. And I'm very excited to be here with you guys today, and we have a lot to share. So I'm going to go right into it. Monday CRM has gone through a transformation, and we are now AI first. What does that mean? That means that we're here to actually deliver revenue for you and your teams. This is where we're going to make a huge difference with our offering. You can see that we have Monday Sidekick, which I'm hoping you've already tried. And if you haven't, it's a game-changing opportunity. Monday Vibe that allows you to create any software you want on top of your existing CRM. Monday Agents that can actually do work for you. And the Monday Workflows that are now support agentic workflows, connecting multiple agents and processes together. So these capabilities create a trusted AI partner for you. And why does it make a difference? We have a context advantage. That means that we have the context of your deals, of your opportunities, which allows us to give you more value. We have a platform that is built with AI in mind. AI is core to all of our capabilities, and we have a tech maturity advantage where we've been around long enough to understand what customer need and want within the CRM, and we can take that knowledge to improve processes and layer AI within those processes, so we make sure that everything you do is AI first from the get-go. What does that look like? Behind the scenes, you can see a diagram here that shows you how the information actually lives inside the CRM. The context and the data and the knowledge is the core. And on top of that, we have all of the solutions, the integrations, and the AI features that are sitting within the process. That's kind of it. We're going to show you how we can deliver revenue, and you can focus on selling, right? Your teams are hired to do something that's really specific, which is to maintain relationships, to sell more, to be able to connect to customers, and they shouldn't be spending all that time just doing admin. We're going to show you how you can keep your pipeline healthy and predictable so you can understand what's coming and report properly to management, how you can move deals faster by leveraging the features that we have, and how you can scale your business without adding headcount. And that's key, right? We don't need to keep hiring to get those productivity gains like we used to in the past. Let's go straight into the demo. And I'm going to start with an explanation of Monday CRM. If you've seen Monday or you've seen something like Monday, this would look really familiar. Monday CRM is built on the same flexible and scalable infrastructure as Monday Work Management. And we're going to go through the standard flow that you'll expect to see in a CRM, where we go from leads to opportunities and to account management. And as we go through this process, we're going to talk a little bit about all the AI features that we've added into this process to make your life easier. So you'll notice on the left-hand side, we have all of the CRM boards. I will start by saying that CRM templates are available for you. So all you need to do to find a CRM template, if you go to our template center and look for Monday CRM, you'll notice that we built a lot of templates for you so you can hit the ground running the second you install Monday and you say, I need to start managing my pipeline. I want to start managing my relationships. Where do I start? This is your entry point. Go into the templates and install the CRM template, whether it's enterprise, if you have access to it, or the standard template. And that will get you into the starting point where you have a board to manage your leads, opportunities, contacts, accounts, etc. Once we have that space, we can start working. And let's go through the process. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to understand how do we get leads into the system. There are many ways of getting leads or items into Monday. Some of the basic ones include importing. So all you need to do is come in here and import. Another important addition that we've added recently is the ability to import data from Google. So if you go into Gmail, you'll be able to import all of your contacts and the conversations with those contacts into the CRM in one click. This is a huge advantage to being able to hit the ground running and have all the information you need from the first moment instead of trying to export it and import it into the system. Just click on Import Gmail and it will prompt you to import your information directly into the CRM, and it will bring it in as contacts and accounts based on the emails that you have in your email inbox. Another option is just import from an Excel if you already have an export from a third-party system potentially. And the third option is to either use a web form, which I'm sure you're familiar with, but a web form, for those of you who are not, is an opportunity for you to share a form with external users, where whenever they fill it, it will create an item in your board. That means that this form, if we'll click on share form, you can see that this form can either be shared as a link if you want to send it directly to someone and say, please fill this up, or if you prefer to see it in a different way, you can also have it as a QR code if you want to share it on an event potentially, or you can embed it into your existing website. So all you need to do is copy this format and you can paste it into your existing HTML and it will just be available on your website to start collecting leads and having those leads brought automatically into Monday CRM. Now, we have our leads in the system. Where's the AI? This is where we're going to touch on AI first. If you click on AI agents on the top, you'll notice that we have 2 new agents. AI sales agent is coming soon. This will allow you to engage with your customers, but AI lead agent is available right now. And let's go through the option to set it up. It will take literally seconds. I'm going to click on AI lead agent, and you'll notice that we have 2 options here. One is settings, and the other one is ICP, which is my ICP. The ICP stands for Ideal Customer Profile. If I'll go to my ICP, you'll notice that it's a really simple prompt where you can define Who is it that you're looking for? What is the ideal customer for your business? And now, instead of spending hours searching through LinkedIn or running campaigns and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars, all you need to do is to say, who is your customer? Who are you looking for? If in this case, I'm looking for managers and operations managers in procurement for clothing companies in the mid-market and enterprise space. And once I've done that, I can go into my settings to say, how often do I want those leads to come in and where do I want them to be saved? In this case, I want the leads to go into the leads board under the AI prospecting group. And these are the fields that I want to bring in to my CRM. So I want to bring in the LinkedIn URL for that specific person, the job title, location, company name, and the description of their history. Where did they come from? What do I need to know about them? So when I engage with those people, I actually have all that information already in my CRM, so I can engage from a place of knowledge and understanding of who this person really is. And once we've set the that information, we can say how many leads can I handle every day? How many leads can I actually talk to and review every day to qualify? And in this case, let's say I'm available for 15 leads a day, and the days I want to get those leads is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. These are my prospecting days. And every day at 7:15 a.m., once I save this, I will receive 15 new fresh leads to my CRM that I can start working on. This is a huge benefit to every business, being able to quickly get new customers without the need to search the web for them endlessly. Once a lead comes in, it will go through the same process as every lead that you bring into the system. It will come in as an item, and in here we can start managing those leads. First of all, you'll notice that there's a lead score here. This is something that's available in Monday for years. This is the formula column where you can easily choose how to prioritize your leads. In this case, all we do is we look at the title and we prioritize based on the title. But we are in the age of AI, and we no longer have to understand how to build formulas to understand how to prioritize our leads and opportunities. In this case, you'll notice we have a column here for lead priority, and there's a little star here. This star indicates AI, an AI column that you can prompt and change in a way that makes sense for you and your business. I'm going to click on the three dots here, and I'm going to go into Customize. Inside Customize, you'll notice that I have a prompt where I use the company name and the activities within my emails and activities, and I set the priority for this specific lead. This is game changing. The ability to, instead of trying to define using formulas or complex processes, what is it that I want to focus on, being able to just come and say, this is what I care about. I'm making sure that the leads are mentioning a specific word perhaps, or from a specific region, and that's how I want to prioritize them across the different options. This is a huge benefit to every company, and it's available out of the box for you whenever you use Monday CRM. Once we have our lead, we can start working on that lead with our communication processes, with our calendars. You'll notice here we have a list of all the activities that happened with that specific person. With Gordon, we can see that we've added Gordon on the 26th of March. We have a follow-up with them, and we've scheduled another meeting for them for later. This is where I can also start emailing Gordon, and I can create a new email that will then be filled by AI to help me get in touch with this lead. You'll notice that I can easily use AI to rephrase or update the way that we communicate. And once I'm happy with this, I can send it over. And you'll notice that it's being sent, and we have a tracking option here to see if the email has been opened or not. Now, this is a huge, huge difference. Being able to understand if your customer actually opened your email helps you understand, or customer or lead helps you understand if this is a lead that's worth pursuing, and if this is a lead that's worth pursuing right now. This should help you immensely in your prioritization of what we should do next. Let's keep going and see what else is available to us here. Once we have the lead, you'll notice on the top we have the stages. So you can go through the stages for that lead, and once the lead is qualified, it will take him to the next stage of being an actual opportunity in your organization. once the lead is qualified, we're going to move into the opportunity space, where you'll notice that star cards has been created and is now being filled in by the system and AI to make sure that it's associated with the right information. Now that we have our lead that's converted to an opportunity, we can start managing the opportunity itself. And this is where we're going to continue and leverage and build on top of the information we already have from the previous conversations. So you'll notice here, we have all the conversation we've had with Spruce Spring Clean, and that means that all the conversations we've had with the lead are still going to be captured against this specific opportunity. You'll also notice that we have different kinds of activities here. You'll see that we have an activity of type follow-up email, for example, and activities of Google Calendar type, and also activities of meeting summaries. So whenever we have a meeting, we can capture that with the Monday note taker, and all the information about the meeting will be captured against that opportunity. And this is incredible because this allows us to get a complete picture of that specific opportunity, where we stand right now, what should happen next, and how do we make sure that this deal closes in time for this quarter instead of slipping to the next. What more is you can actually see a summary or create a summary of the entire timeline in just one click. That means that now, if you have a deal that is actually taking longer than expected, you don't have to go and start checking in with everyone in the organization to understand what happened to the deal, what's the latest update, even though it's been months. All you need to do is click one button to summarize, and it will create a summary, a clear summary of everything that happened with that deal up until this point. We'll be able to see a summary, key details, and what is it we should actually do next in our next steps. Now, we've heard from so many customers that this is making a huge difference to their process, and it's actually one of my favorites. But we actually give you even more information than that. If you look on the left-hand side, this is our Deals Insights widget. Inside the space, we can have an Insights widget that will give us an understanding of how we're doing with this specific opportunity and how many positive or negative signals we can see. In this case, you can see I have 5 negative signals, and AI would actually tell me exactly what those signals are and what is it that I should do next. So it will give me 5 signals at the moment, and it will tell me that the deal is currently at risk, and will also help me generate an email that will put this deal back on track. And again, all we need to do is click one button, and we'll get an email that is tailored specifically for this opportunity and the stage it's currently in, so we can make sure that the deal progresses in a way that makes sense for us and pushes the business forward. Now, what's really cool about this space is that this is where you're going to see your 360 view of the entire opportunity. I can see the insights, like we said before, but I can also see who's the rep that's working on it, who's the contact that's associated, what is the account that we're actually looking at, and what is the deal value, and which products are actually being sold. And what's really cool with Monday, as you probably know already, is that all of this is completely customizable. We can easily move and change the way that this looks and feels, updating information and adding more details according to what really is important for your business and your organization. You no longer need to wait for months for IT to approve that change or that extra column or that field. All you need to do is have permissions on this board as an owner, as maybe a sales leader, and you can start updating and changing the information as your organization changes and updates. If I want to add information, I can just click on the add widget and add the data that I expect to see here. So next time someone opens this specific account or this board, they will see all that detail that they need to see here. So that's really cool. And what's really beautiful about all this information is that it is then available on the board level as well, right? So we can easily understand what is our current pipeline, how much value do we have in each of the stages. So at the moment, I have 240,000 in discovery and 60,000 that's currently stuck with legal. So maybe it's time for us to get in touch with legal to make sure that we push this a little bit faster. Now, I promised you some more AI information, and this is where we're going to go back into the deal, and I'm going to take you to a Monday Vibe app. Monday Vibe is your opportunity to build apps on top of Monday. So in this case, we already have a lot of value that we're providing with the Monday widgets and the information that's available, but what if you need more? What if you want to create something that's bespoke to your business? This is where you can use Monday Vibe. Monday Vibe builds apps from prompts. That means that if we'll go into this Monday AI section and go into Monday Vibe, you'll notice that it tells me, let's build a new Vibe app for you. And we can say which boards we want to connect to it and what we want to build. For example, dashboard to show latest news about opportunities, or whatever you can imagine. Going back to the opportunities, I want to show you a Vibe app that I built inside the negotiation guide that would actually help our sellers understand what they should do next that will help them close the deal. You'll notice here we have the name of the deal, some information about the value, and AI coaching insights. If I click on generate insights, that will activate the AI to bring information that is going to help me close this deal sooner. You'll also notice that I can see all the activities that are associated with this deal. But Vibe apps are not available just on the item level. We can also have them on the account level, and that's what I mentioned earlier. You'll notice we have account intelligence here, where I can see all the opportunities that I'm currently working on, and we can actually change the way that Monday looks and feels with Monday Vibe. So if your organization has a unique requirement for the way that something looks, we can easily make that happen by using Monday Vibe. Going to AI intelligence, for example, I can again load the news or generate the SWOT analysis, and it will show me information that AI looks at across this entire account to help me make decisions in how I can progress this deal faster so we can actually close it on time and increase the revenue for our business. Now, all of this is available out of the box and takes literally minutes to set up, and it's a complete change in the way that CRM and sales teams work. Going back to our opportunities board, we can see that every opportunity is connected to an account. And if I'll go into the accounts demo board, you'll notice that for every account I have here, I have a lot of AI columns. These AI columns help me to extract additional information from those about those companies. I can understand if those companies have had any recent hiring news or firing news, right? So I can understand how they're doing financially. I can understand if there's any risks associated with this account based on the communication we've had with that account so far. You'll notice we have headquarter location, where we can extract information about that account and where it's currently located, and it goes on and on. There's literally no limitation on the kind of information you can get from AI-enriched columns in monday.com. Another thing I want to show you before we close this off is Monday Sidekick. Monday Sidekick is your contextual helper inside Monday. I'm sure by this point, if not all of you, then at least 95% of you have used ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude Code or anything else. And this is where Sidekick gives you all those powers and so much more, because it actually has the context of what you're looking at. That means that if I go into my opportunities demo board and I ask a question like, are there any risks with any of my opportunities? And I send this over. I don't need to give it more information. I don't need to upload files. I don't need to say, look at this and this date. All I need to do is ask a simple question, and I'll get an answer right away based on the information on this board. Now you can imagine if you're doing any work with sales or customer success or customer support, trying to get answers to these questions like, is anyone angry at me? Is there any communication that I'm missing? Is there any deal that's currently stalling that I should be putting more effort into? All of these can be easily answered by Monday Sidekick without you needing to export information, import it somewhere else, create those updates, go back and forth. It's a huge, huge time saver for any of the teams working with it. You can see how quickly it comes back to me with answers about the deals that I'm currently supposed to be focusing on. All right, that was a lot of information, and there's so much more, but I want us to kind of keep it short so we can have some time for questions, and we'll be very happy to answer those if anything comes up. And with that, I would like to bring this back to Omer.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. And with that, I just want to say that this was super insightful. There is plenty more to show and share, but at this point, we do want to move to our live Q&A session. So we're going to take 1 minute to take a sip of water, and we'll start. So thank you again for attending this part and moving to the live Q&A. Thank you.